Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've got a little e-commerce site here today. We're using the fantastic Divi theme. What we're going to do is create a pop-up. We've got this $sign over here. When we hover over it, it's going to slide out and give you a coupon. Now these little slide out info boxes are great. If I slide down the page, you'll see that it's fixed position. It's going to stay there all the time. And of course, wherever we hover over it, it's going to pop out that bit of information for us. Really easy to do, no coding involved today, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is enable the Visual Builder. Once enabled, let's go down to where we want to work. Now, because I've positioned this with fixed positioning here, it may be hard to get hold of because it's sort of over to the side. If you have that problem with anything that you've created, hit the little purple button. We'll go to wireframe mode and we'll simply delete it this way. Okay, well, let's get started. I'm going to use a blurb module for this today purely because it's got a nice little icon for it, and it doesn't matter where we put it because we're going to do fixed positioning, so I'll just plop it under nearest available spot here. So we'll grab a blurb module, put whatever title, and we'll go down and put whatever info you want to put in below here. Don't want too much in there. There we go, that'll do fine. And if we look here, we've got that right here. Okay, a little too much text. Probably only want a little bit of text in there. Obviously, I've got no real information for it today. Okay, so we've got our text in there. I want to use an icon rather than an image, but that's entirely up to you. You can upload and use whatever you want. So I'm going to hit the use icon switch to on. Going to go down and choose my icon. And there's plenty to choose from here. I'm going to use the $sign for this today. As you can see, it's popped it up in there. Okay, let's go over to our design. I want to pop that on the left hand side so we can use it as a bit of a handle. So image and icon. Icon color, I guess I'll use this crazy green that we've been using over here. I've got a free Google Chrome color picker here. Let's copy that. And we'll paste the hex code in there. Great. Roll on down, don't want to circle it. I want to put it on the left though. As you can see, it becomes a lot smaller. So we can use icon font size right there to make it a little bit bigger. I want it the same sort of price as our little price labels here. So just pull it up to where you want it, or you can type in a value. Great. So we've got what we want there. We've got it where we want it. Let's just give it a bit of spacing all around. You won't see much at the moment because it's white on white. It's still on the design tab. I'm going to go down to spacing. And let's give it 20 pixels all around. Just put in the 20. It'll put in the pixels for you. Hit the chain, it'll do the opposite side. And we'll do the same left and right also. Now at the moment this hasn't got any background to it at all. So we'll position it and then we'll add a background. So let's go over to advanced now. Go down to position, and this is where we can use our fixed position. And using fixed position means it's going to stay there all the time, and this will work for all screen sizes unless you disable it. So I'm going to use fixed. As you can see, it's disappeared. It's not actually, it's popped it up behind our header right here. If I was to put it on the right, it'd be over here. Let's put it in the middle. As you can see, it's right there, or we can put it down on the bottom right there. So I'm going to put it in the middle, so it's taking it to the side as far as it can go. So I'm going to offset it. So all that's left sticking out is our little price tag there. So if we roll down just a little bit more, we've got a horizontal offset. So you can slide that to where you want it. There we go, that's perfect. But when we hover over it, I want them to be able to see the whole thing. So common to most Divi modules, if you hover over the dark writing there, hit the little arrow, we can set a hover state. Desktop state when your mouse is not on it. Hover state when your mouse is on it. For hover state, I want it to be out where we can see the whole thing. Yes, something like that. Now we're going to give it a background on hover so it'll stand out, and we're also going to change the Z index. See, it's falling behind that button a little bit there. If you look, make a high Z index, it'll stay on top. It's actually on top of that button there, but it's green on green so you can't see, but we'll put a background on there. Z index, how that works is if you have two elements, two sections or two modules, whatever it may be, the one with the higher number, the Z index of a higher number, will always appear on top or in front of the one with the lower number. Okay, well let's go and sort out our background. So we'll go back to content. Here's the background. Don't want any color in there initially because it's going to be on the side. So if I go and hit that little arrow again, desktop, it's going to be way over there. But when we hover over it, I want it to have a white background, or a background that we can see the writing over everything. So I'm going to give it a little white background there. There you go. And just to make it stand out a little more, I'm going to give it some box shadow, but again just on hover. So let's go over to our design and we'll go down to box shadow. Choose whichever box shadow you want. I think that's going to work fine there. But if we go over to shadow color, on desktop, I want it to be transparent so we don't see it at all. When we hover over it, let's give it a dark one. And I don't want it quite as dark as that, so just click on the color. And you can either take the opacity down or the color up. Something a bit darker than that. I think that's fine right there. Okay, and finally we're almost there. The time it takes to go from this state to over here, by default 300 milliseconds with Divi, and that's pretty quick. If you want to slow it down for a bit of drama, head over to Advanced tab. We'll go down to Transitions. There's the duration, there's the 300 default. I'm going to take mine up to around half a second, something like that, a bit more. And I tend to use ease in and ease out, that way when you mouse off of it, it sort of eases back into place again. So we should be good to go. Let's save our changes. We'll save the page changes. And let's exit the Visual Builder. Okay, and as you can see, there's our little button. It's going to stick there as we roll down the page and be on top of all the other elements because we pulled the Z index up. Then when we hover over it, it's going to pop out. It's going to have that background, and they can use that coupon right there. Really easy to do, and that's a great little feature to be able to add to your sites. A little notification pop out using fixed positioning. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and WebDesignAndTechTips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.